with the Diesel and the Jet. This is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And for Memphis, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Fellas, it seems like so much goes into being successful at the professional level. I want to ask a more general question. What was the key to your success as a player and as a champion?
You know what? Most people would say you would start at the top, but I'll start where it began. Wilmot Benjamin, Tom Donahue, coaches who've helped me at my AAU, early stages out, then going to the late, great Jack Curran in high school. Those were the ones. And honestly, there's no bigger than family. My brother Vince and my dad were the ones who really got me there.
Well, you got to have great teammates. You know, I'm the first one to say, yeah, I have 4 championships, but one of my favorite teammates, Big Shot Bob, he saved me so many times. Another one of my favorite teammates, B. Shaw, he saved me. Rick Fox, he saved me. So you got to have great teammates, great organizations. You know, they allow you to focus on what you do and what you do best, as long as family and friends and all that. And Ernie, I remember when you interviewed me when I was 18 years old. Thanks.
I remember that. Now, I had just started at Turner, went to San Antonio, and did a feature on Big Shaq.
Wow, that's incredible.
It was.
Yeah.
I haven't changed at all, have I?
No, you still look beautiful.
I had more hair.
Good genes or good docs?
He's got good doctors.
Let's get to Kevin Harlan. Kev.
It's interconference time for these Grizzlies as they come in as the visiting team. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And the Bulls start out with the ball. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Green is the 3 with Zebo at the 4. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. And it's Gasol and at the pivot spot manning the middle.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Marc Gasol, surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
And so Marc Gasol nails both of them. And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir.
How'd
That's
you
what
know
we
all
do.
that stuff?
That's what we do here.
Woo.
Info and entertainment.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
Outside Conley. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Gasol, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Butler. Shot clock at 6. No good. Good D by Lee.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
And that one's good.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Here's Rose. Michael Conley making his last shot. Outside Rose. To the middle. Here's Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign. And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added on.
Barnes kicks to Udrih. Gibson with the steal. Now here is Mirotic. He's guarded by Udrih. They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to Gibson. Brooks outside. Good looking screen by Gasol. Brooks with it. Guarded now by Barnes. To the right side. Gasol dishes to Heinrich. Clock at 6. Brooks outside. And another shot. And it comes off the rim with a high bounce.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Udrih, the pass to Gasol. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
It's Allen with the drive, and Gibson sends it back. Brooks outside. Gasol setting the pick for Brooks. It's tipped. Gasol with the steal. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Udrih. Banked in off the glass.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Here's Gasol, and it's all evened up.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
It's all tied in Chicago. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And the Grizzlies, a team that's dealt with their share of tough playoff losses. But, you know, you talked to point guard Mike Conley, and as he told us before the game, he still feels a championship is within reach.
We feel like we're a team that's had to go through a lot of adversity. We've been through a lot of things that's set us back. You know, we feel like we can be just as good as anybody else, and why not us?
One big reason why not them is what happened to Conley. Greg, losing him in the playoffs last year was the biggest adversity they went through. Can you make a case that it just made them tougher, or did it really take something out of them?
You know, Kevin, it's really hard to say. A tough break, obviously, losing Mike, and I mean that literally as well. But their problems did set them back, and maybe they can be just as good as anybody else, but until they are, they're going to have some issues.
Well, we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
It's been a point of emphasis, no doubt, to make sure they attack the rim offensively.
I love the fact they're not settling for outside shots. Keep attacking that rack.
Rose is the one with Butler as the 2. The big men are Gibson and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. The drive by Randolph. Noah with the block. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul. That's good.
The Grizzlies have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team. And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now is 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Rose against Conley. Green with a screen on Rose. Conley kicks to Green. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Green's got the game tied up here for Memphis. And Chicago has possession. There's the dish to Dunleavy. Pass to Gibson. Fires from the wing. And it's Chicago scoring again. Memphis trailing here. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Randolph. No good. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Noah with a screen on court. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Here's Noah. Great D that time from Green.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And it's Butler missing. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
I tell you what, he has quite the act.
Looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Green with a screen for Conley. Pass to Green. Off the pick. And the shot falls short this time.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
No coverage that time. And now a 9-point Bulls lead.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here.
That doesn't go either for Green.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving count.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Chicago making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. And Memphis. Conley picks him up. Now the pass to Dunleavy. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Dishes to Gasol. Happy to see that one going after missing 6 of his 9 shots today.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Dunleavy kicks to Rose. Mirotic the screen. Conley against Rose. Inside. Here's Mirotic. No good. Some solid defense from Randolph. The feed to Conley. Kicks it to Gasol. Tries from 16. Shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And that concludes the first half. Bulls out front, up 10. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. In the second quarter, they imposed their will on the game and built a 10-point lead at the half. And if things continue to go the same way after the break, they're threatening to run away with this one. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
The bulk of their offense, Ernie, Kenny, is coming in the paint. See, it's just as good. It's hard-nosed basketball when you play in the post. Trust me, I know. You wouldn't know nothing about that, Kenny, little man.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You aren't going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority. Now, these are correctable errors. They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip that script.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. One guy who's getting it done is Taj Gibson.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Dave Yeager. On the wings, it's Lee and Green. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle, and it's Conley in at the guard position. Lee passes
as well, but they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors.
free throw good. Lee. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Here is Brooks. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Now the dish to Noah. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team in the way they approach the game.
Gasol is screen on Conley. And Brooks, here we go. Here's Gasol. Mike Conley grabs the miss.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Lee, rejected by Gasol. Brooks against Green.
To that starting 5.
And Mirotic kicks to Heinrich and stolen by Wright. Heinrich against Allen. Udrich up top. He kicks to Carter. 3-pointer. It's good. This time the assist from Udrich. Carter's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Grizzlies. Bulls have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Mirotic dishes to Gibson. Goes up at the stripe. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
Allen passes to Gasol. Allen drives in. He feeds it to Wright from 12 feet out. The shot will not go. Great D that time from Gibson.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Just an amazing game for Gibson. 12 points and a couple of nice steals, too. He's given them just what they would have hoped for today.
Even more, I'd say.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Rose, he's checked in for Chicago. And Memphis also making a switch. Matt Barnes is checked in for Carter. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Here's Udrich. Pass to Wright. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that was a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Udrich. Again, Memphis.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Bulls lead by 12. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Bulls leading by 12. Butler team to Dunleavy on the perimeter. Mirotic out there with Noah, and it's Rose in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Mirotic's shot is off.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Conley with it. Butler covering. Barnes kicks to Lee. Memphis moving it around. Conley into the lane. No good. Some solid defense from Butler. And Chicago shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Here's Rose. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Lee dishes to Randolph. Back to Lee. Over in the corner, Green. The 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
The Grizzlies trail by 17.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
4 on the shot clock. And the wide open shot from Green. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 4 assists in the game.
and they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay. You know, in talking about D-Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships, and that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display. And an open path to the hoop there, easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Conley kicks to Green. The turnaround Jay. Randolph can't hit.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Bulls.
Clark, their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
Yeah, Kevin, they had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Taj Gibson. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
A nice shot by Gasol.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Now here's Rose. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rose double teamed. Here's Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And the Bulls lead by 16.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, a nice win for you tonight, Joe Kim. What was the attitude of the team coming into this game and just in general?
Yeah, we played hard tonight. We're getting better. We just got to keep going. You know, it's a work in progress. And, you know, we just got to keep fighting, and get as many W's as possible.
Congratulations, Joe Kim. We appreciate it. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. Let's get your opinion, Kenny.
Well, he reminded us all of how dangerous he is as a slasher. He drove the lane time and time again and got points inside to show for it. An explosive, hard-charging performance. I loved it.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score or pass equally well, man, that puts him on another level.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.